Well, Chauncey, just I guess in broader view, now the preseason's over, how do you feel like you guys performed? What you take from it? What do you want to see the team do?
Yeah, I think the preseason we had some up and some down, some good and some bad, which is normal. You know, we never really got to really see our team. With our two bigs playing, and so we got to get our guys on the floor. But I just thought that it was some good lessons learned for our young guys, for Scoot, just to kind of see, how our game is played and how people are going to play him. And, it was just some great lessons learned. Shaden as well. So, yeah, I thought we got a lot of great things we can take away, from some of our games, or most of our games, honestly. But I love the fight, man. We've been in some, we played this team twice. I mean, shoot, this is, the shot making ability that they have is elite. It's probably the best in the league. So one of the things you got to be careful of playing against them is one, trying to play like them, and two, you can't get discouraged when they make shots. They're gonna make shots. And I don't think we did. We didn't get discouraged at all. We kept playing the way that we play, which to me is a really good sign.
Chauncey, some things about Shaden, his game is developed obviously on offense, but what have you seen on defense with him squaring up against guys like Booker and
Yeah.
what he's trying to do to get stops and get out into the break and try to create offense that way?
Yeah. Well, what you have to do is you have to be honest and realistic with yourself. And I'm putting him on a guy like Book. Well, there's nobody in the league that can guard him. So it would be crazy for me to say, all right, Shay, you go stop him. No, I want you to compete against him and try to make his life hard. He's good enough to, when his life is hard, he's still good enough to get 30 or 40, or 50. That's who he is. But I like the physicality that Shea plays with defensively. I like, he's able to take, some contact in the middle of his chest and not lose a lot of ground. He makes up with, some of his mistakes with his athleticism. So I like where Shea is coming around defensively.
Scoot in particular, it seems like you mentioned kind of up and down a little bit, but just learning kind of what it's going to be in the NBA.
Mhm.
How did you feel like he's dealt with that so far? I mean, it's 4 games, so it's
Scoot is he's really he's a perfectionist, man. He's hard on himself, So to come out and see, 5 turnovers in this game, he has 6 in another game, and he's kicking himself, But that's who he is. That's something that we all won't be able to control, but that's why he is who he is. But some great lessons learned for him, I think he gets himself sped up a lot of times, just wanting to play so good, and attack, and he gets himself out of control a little bit. I think for a point guard, as he's starting to learn where his guys will be, then those are going to be assists all day. Those are going to be playmaking things. But he's learning who he's playing with. Who he's playing with is learning how to play with him. So there's going to be some growing pains there, but he's going to be just fine, man.
I think about Kevin had a good shooting night in his second game, playing in the preseason. So he's made some stops around the league, in New York, obviously, with drafting him to Atlanta and Detroit, and now he's with you guys. So what do you see in him that's developed, since he's been in the league, even with you guys over the, through training camp?
Yeah. I just, I'm a big fan of Kevin Knox, man. He plays the right way at all times. He's really, really good. He's obviously a knockdown shooter, and he can really score. He scores in bunches. But he's very intentional with how he plays. He doesn't waste a lot of time. He don't waste a lot of dribbles out there. If the ball comes to him, he shoots it. If he got a little space, he shoots it. If not, he puts it on the floor, and he's plays. He's really good versus closeouts. So he's still very young, but I like that he knows exactly who he is. He's going to give you what he has every single time. I'm happy that, Kev's playing well.